My GM tip number 50 is place icons. And this is a relatively straightforward tip. Essentially what I'm getting at is that players will respond really well to visuals. And this is something that good fantasy authors and filmmakers have taken advantage of forever. For example, in The Lord of the Rings, right? You have the red eye of Sauron. And the red eye shows up on basically all of the orcs that work for Sauron. And then you have the white hand of Saruman. And that shows up on all of the orcs that work for Saruman. And this becomes a nice little clue, because then when the characters in Lord of the Rings are looking around at orc bodies, they can say, oh my gosh, these orcs came from Mordor, because they see the red eye. So this is a relatively straightforward tip, but just think about what types of icons are associated with the different areas on your map. Think about what types of symbols are associated with the different villains that you have in the story, or with the potential different heroes. It's way more interesting for you to describe the icon that's on a banner than to just say, you just know that these orcs come from this and this region. It's going to be way more satisfying for your players to be like, wait, there was a red eye on that big fortress that we went over there, and now there's a red eye on the banner of these orcs. They're surely the same ones. If you need a little help coming up with these icons, WorldSmith actually has really good flavor text sections around the monsters and the NPCs, and a lot of times describes interesting items that they're carrying or interesting physical traits. So when you're generating your monsters or NPCs, or when you're generating your shops or magic items, you can just go ahead and read that flavor text, and probably a couple icons will jump out to you, and just think about replicating those throughout your story and your map. It makes things feel interconnected and lays these nice little visual clues where the players can visualize the world and then also kind of pick up on the mystery and the history of the area.